Hello everyone, Johnny here. Today in this session, we will try to discuss about React in 16 minutes. We have discussed about React installation, basic elements, applying CSS, components that is functional and class, props, states and events. So in this 1 hour tutorial, we will try to cover all these concepts and we will try to implement a basic app using this. So for this, let us start with the installation part. In order to download Node.js, we need to go to a website called nodejs.org. This is mainly required in order to develop any of the Angular or React applications. Once it has been successfully installed, you can open your command prompt, Node.js command prompt, and type node-v. You will be getting the version of it, and npm-v, that is Node Package Manager version. We can install this in two ways. First one is we can use npm install -g create react app. Next one is create react app and the folder name, as we have done in the tutorial in our previous sessions. If your node version is greater than 8.10 and npm greater than 5.6, then you can use this command, that is npx create react app and the folder name, and you can navigate to the current folder and you can start it. So this is how we have done with the basic installation path. So let us look into this using this command prompt. I have opened a command prompt. In this, I have already done a project in the previous session, so I am trying to navigate to the current folder, cd, the folder name react, and the project name is hello team. In this, I am trying to navigate to my drive, and I am trying to use npm start. Once it has been successfully started, you will be getting some port number. Using this port number, you can access a website, that is a web page of this. Like Node.js, we can download it here. After downloading it, you can just use it. So once it has been successfully done, you can just open your command prompt, that is a browser. You can check the port number here, 3000. Now you can open in the browser and you can type localhost 3000. So this is about the basic application of a hello world in React. So let us jump into this editor, Sublime Text. In this, always remember, like we have discussed in public.html, we will have an index.html file which has an ID called root, which is responsible for displaying this complete app. Next one, we have main thing app.js by default and index.js. So in this, I'm trying to write these two things. So in this app.js, it is a functional component, and whatever we have written here, it is trying to visualize in this browser index.js. So we are trying to use a react DOM.render, which is capable of printing this in the browser part. Now let me edit this file. Let me write something here, like we have a div header here, and I'm trying to remove everything, and I'm just trying to write welcome to the React.js tutorial. I'm just trying to write some heading here. Can you see the output in the browser? Yes, we got welcome to React.js Johnny. So whatever you write in app.js, it will be visualized in this part. How it is visualized? It will be written in this index.js. It is able to render it. So React renders this HTML to the web page by using a function called react DOM.render. This will have two arguments, that is HTML code and HTML element. The purpose of this function is mainly used to display the HTML code inside the specific HTML element. For example, I am trying to display now this image and the text. So this is how we have done with the basic one. Now let me write some element. Let me define some element here. For example, I am trying to write h1 and h1 tag close. I am trying to write h1 and h1 tag close. Let us check the output in the console, that is browser part. So you got hello Johnny here. So can you see we have got an warning, app is not defined but never used. So as we are not using it, we can just remove it. So we got the output hello Johnny. Now we have defined an element here and we are trying to use it. For example, if I am trying to place this in inverted quotations, it will be treated as a string and it will try to display as h1 tag hello and h1 tag close. It will try to display as it is. It will assume it as a string. So document.getElement by id root. So this is defined in index.html and it is trying to render inside the div. Now let us write some CSS part for it. We have a h1 tag here. We have an h1 tag. There is no use of app.js now. Yes, we are trying to write some CSS here. I am trying to write a class name trial. I am trying to write some class name trial. So there is no error in this. No. Yes. Now let me take out a new file. Control N. And I am trying to write the file name as m.css. Class name is trial. Let me put some background color. Let me take some color picker. Let me take some color picker here. I am trying to write some color. Yes, I am trying to take some color here. So let us use this. Let us check the output in the console. We have saved it. Yes. Now see, there is no change in the output, because always remember, whenever you are trying to use some files, we should always import it. In React, everything works based upon this import. You should able to write the directory which we are trying to navigate, the folder name. Let me take out the cursor here. Yes, m.css. Let me take out the folder. Yes, we are trying to navigate to the CSS folder. Now let's check the output. See, now we didn't get any output. Let us see. Yes, we didn't get any output. Why? Because as we are trying to use this thing and we are trying to check, let us save this file. Yes, Control S. We have saved both the files. Still we are not getting it. Let me rerun the server. We are not getting it. H class equals to trial m.css, and we are trying to define trial, trial. Sorry, we have written spell wrong. trial. Yes, sorry for this. Yes, we got it. Now we got this thing here. Using this we got the color. So we have imported it and we got the color for this. But when you check in the console part, when you check this in the console part, you can find invalid DOM property class. Always remember, whenever you are trying to use Bootstrap or CSS, we will write class. But in React, we don't have class keyword because it is already defined in JavaScript ES6 notation. So generally we should able to write a keyword, reserved keyword here as class name. Now you can see there is no warning here. So it is preferred to use class name in React.js. So this is how we have done with the basic element, and we are trying to apply some CSS for it. Now let us look into the component. As we have discussed, components are the basic building blocks of Angular application. These components can be of two types, functional or class component, and these components can be reused. Now let us assume how the components can be used to design this page, landing page. For example, you can consider this part as one component. You can consider this videos part as one component. We can consider these tabs as one component. So it is trying to divide each and every part into a components, and it is clubbed together to form a website. So this is how we can make a components in a React.js. That is, every part will be in the form of a separate part and it will be combined together. Now let us look into the components. Let me take out a new file. And I am trying to name this file as demo.js. In this I am trying to import React first. Import React from, I am trying to import the React library. in this I'm trying to use a class component first. Extends react.component. It will inherit all the properties of this component. In this we have, for the class component we have a render method which will try to visualize the output in the screen. I am trying to return some element here. I am trying to write hello Johnny. If you can see, I am trying to see this. Let us check the output in the screen. See, there is no change in this output. Why? Whenever you are trying to use a component, we should always use it. In our app.js, we have included the app component in index.js here. In a similar way, we should always use the component name. So what is the component name we are using here? Demo, which is a class component. Let us visualize. See, again we got an error. Demo is not defined. It means whenever you are trying to define a component, you should always import it. As we have imported CSS, we should always import this demo from. No need to place JS. Yes, we have done it. Now let us see. Again we got an error like attempted import error but doesn't contain default export. It means whenever you are trying to import a package, it should be class component, it should be exported in similar like in other languages. So I should also use export here. So for this export we should write export default followed by the class name. You can take any other name, but the name should be matching with the index.js file. So demo.js. Now let's see. Yes, so this is how we have created a component. Component is nothing but just a simple part of a page. So now we have written hello Johnny here and we are trying to import it here. So we got this thing. Now let me add two more lines. For example, I am trying to add P here, hello Johnny YouTube tutorials, and I'm trying to add one more tag. How are you? I'm trying to write how are you. Let me check the output in the. See, we got some error here. Can you see? We have used hello Johnny YouTube tutorial and how are you, but we got some adjacent JX elements must be wrapped in an enclosing tag. Whenever you are trying to use a single line, we no need to place a div tag, but whenever you are trying to use a multiple lines in a return statement, we should always place or enclose this thing in a div tag. So this should be wrapped inside a div tag in order to render the output. So what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to write div and div tag close. Now let's see. Yes, we got the same output what we have expected. So it is trying to render this output in the scene. Now we can call this as a JSX elements. JSX stands for JavaScript extension. Generally we call it as JavaScript extension, but it is JavaScript XML. So it is used to render all these lines in the component. So we will be trying to use this JSX here. So we can call line number 6 to 9 as a JSX elements or JSX elements. So these are used to define the HTML elements between this JavaScript code. It allows to write the HTML in this React applications. It allows the HTML elements to write in this React applications. It doesn't use any create element or append child methods, but it generally converts all the HTML tags into React elements. Now let us visualize the output here. Yes, we got the same thing what we have written in the class component. Now let us define a props. Let us define some props. If I want to use, for example, I'm trying to write here as, and I'm just trying to write a name here, name Johnny, and in this there is no change in the output, but I'm trying to write here as this dot props dot name, this dot props dot name, this dot props dot name. Can you see some change? Let me write John here so that we can understand whether it is able to update. Yes, it is updated. Can you see hello John has been updated? So for example, when you take an anchor tag, image tag, we have some attributes. Like for anchor tag we have href, target. For image we have src, height and width. Similarly, props are also an attributes for this components. These can be passed from the parent component to child component. For suppose we have written here as name, we can call this as an props here, in the sense some attribute for this class component. Generally this class component will always use this keyword to refer the current class. Props is a result keyword, whereas names is a what is the property we have written there. So we got hello John. Props are generally passed from this components in the form of a functional parameters. These are immutable. It means we cannot update, remodify or change. In functional components we can just use props.name. In functional components we can just use props.name. But whereas for the class component we should able to use this.props. This.props. Now let us define a functional component. We have defined a class component. Now let us define a function component. Let me write a function component now. Let me write a function component. Yes. In this again I am trying to import a React library. In this I am trying to use an arrow function. As we have discussed in the earlier sessions, like you can find all the links below this tutorial series, the list of tutorials what we have covered, all the 9 concepts, and this is an overview in order to develop an application. So I am trying to write funct, the class component name. I am trying to use an arrow function. I am trying to use an implies where it is trying to return this div. Let me take the same elements what we have taken in this previous example. Let me copy it. Let me take a same example, return div, but for the function component we will be using only props. But see, is there any change in the output? No. But when we are trying to use an function component we should always import it here. Import from, yes, and we should always use this thing. So we got same error like previously what we have done. It should able to be imported, exported. See here, funct doesn't contain the default export. It means we haven't written export keyword here. Export default funct. Again we have some error here. Props is not defined. So what does it mean? We should always pass the props as a parameter in the functional components. So we got it. Now props.name. Here props.name index.js. We don't have any property here, so I'm just writing John. Now you can see, yes, we got it. So this is how we have done with a functional component and as well as a class component. So this is a class component here as well as this is a functional component. So you can see the difference. In the class component we will be using this dot props, whereas for the function component we will write props.name. So we are trying to use the same thing. We are trying to pass the parent class, that is from the parent we are trying to pass some Johnny here, so it is able to visualize it in this. So props is similar like a parameter in the functional components. It means as we have used a parameter here, like it is similar like a parameter which will be passed in this functional components. Now let us look into this presentation part, what we will be doing in this session. Let me open this. Today we will be covering about this concept, like we will be able to do some small landing page in the form of a grids. When I click on a button it should able to visualize it, and I should able to perform some basic animation on this list of images. We call this list of images in the form of React components. Let us use this thing. So we will be trying to implement this. So this is how the basics of this basics required for this application. Now let me define a new component. let me take a new component. I am trying to take a functional component here. Control S. I am trying to write hero.js. in this heroes.js I am trying to import. As we know, we should always import the React library before using it, and in this we are trying to use class component react.component in order to inherit all this. In class component we always use render followed by return, and I'm trying to write Johnny here. See, there is no change in the output. Always remember, whenever you are trying to use, let me close all these things. When we are trying to use a class component, we should always import this thing. So in order to import this, I'm just removing all the previous part, and I should be able to import it. So I should be able to write the class what we have. Sorry for this. Yes, we have written hero here. So I should also use this component name here. Can you see attempted import error because it doesn't contain default export? I should be able to use export default hero. Let me check. We got Johnny here. So this is how we have done with the first part. Now let me insert an image. So for this, what I have taken is I have already created a folder as a pic folder in a workspace. In that workspace I have kept the list of images. I have placed a list of images in this. So in this I am trying to write, let me take a small image. Let us see how it goes. Image src equals to pic / army.png. You can't visualize it, right? Yes, this is how the images are. Let me write this thing. Now let us check what is this. We got some unterminated JSX elements. It means whenever you are trying to use a multiple elements, it should be enclosed in div. Yes, it is done, but still we are facing it. We should always remember, you should also close this image tag. Now we got it. This is how a basic thing we have done with the first part, like displaying an image and a text. Now if I want to make sure, I should be able to define some size for it. We can use some class name. So I'm trying to write some class name as mini here. And let me take out a new file, or else let me use a same file what we have written in the previous session, like ms.cs, and let me write here as what is the class name we have now. Don't get confused by looking at this folder. It is like in this we have mini. For this mini I'm trying to write some properties like height 250, width 200 pixel, but there is no change in the output, because when you are trying to use, we should always import it. That CSS. So I'm trying to write mini.css here. Again we have some error, cannot resolve. Let me save all these files. Yes, it is saved. Cannot resolve min.css. So we got some error here again. Let us check in the command prompt. Cannot. So there is no mini here, sorry, it is m. Now we got. As we know, we should never use class a keyword because it is always already reserved. We will be using class name. So we got this thing output. So let me use some a framework now. Let me use another framework in order to do this. So let me close these tabs. I'm trying to use a Tachyons, which is used to create a similar like a bootstrap framework. For this I'm trying to exit it, Control C, and you should be able to write a command called npm space install space Tachyons. This is the command we need to write in command prompt, in command line. So once it is done, we can make use of this tachyons. That is, it will have similar class names how we have how we write using Bootstrap. And don't forget, once it has been installed, again you should write npm start. So for this class component, we will try to use those tachyons, that is the properties. So in tachyons we have some properties like ma16. Let us look into this file. So we have all these properties. We can make use of these class names. We can make use of these class names and we can write it. So for this session I will be using only basic 3 classes which will be useful in designing this layout. So this is how we can refer this documentation, and we can go through this class name, list of class names. So let me open this. It is almost done. Yes, it is done. Now let me write npm start. I'm writing npm start. So for this I'm trying to use a class names, but in order to use this class names, again we need to import it. So I'm trying to write import tachyons, tachyons. Yes, done. So for this I'm trying to write some property like ma6, in the sense all, like how we have in a Bootstrap bg light blue. So I'm trying to take in this way. Let me check whether it is done. Yes, let me check here. bg light minus blue. Let me save all these files. It is about to run. Yes, it is taking some time. As it is taking some time, let us wait. So here we can write the different class names like bg minus light blue. We have, as we have seen here, so there are multiple class names, bg minus hot minus blink. So we have used bg minus light minus blue, this class name. So we can take any of the class names which we need in this application. So import tachyons. Yes, it is done. Let me save this file and let me wait for this. So in this heroes.js we don't have image tag with alt attribute, so let me write alt equals to heroes. Let me write alt equal to heroes. Now it is done. No warnings in this. We got this thing. So we are not getting blue color here. Why is it so? ma16. Yes, everything is right. bg light minus blue. Oh, we have written the same thing. Let me copy it. We are not getting any color here. Even it has been imported, we are not getting any color here. So let me take any other color name. Let me take orange, or else bg orange. We didn't get any color here. Colors are not getting applied. Yes, it is getting applied, and when we are trying to use these colors, it is not getting. Dark minus blue. Let us take dark minus blue. We have used tachyons. Everything is done. So it is for applying for the text. So it is trying to apply for the text. So we need something for background. Yes, no, we are not getting it. So for background it is not working. So let us use this thing like we have taken for the text. So for background it is not getting reflected in this. So let me write, or else let me use this class name, or else let me use this class name directly in this tachyons. Let me use this class name. Let me write bg minus orange here. bg minus orange. No, we are not getting this. So it is not getting visualized. so it might be based upon the height of the image or the properties. So let us continue with this part, and let me look into this color. So is it overriding this one? No, we are not getting it. Yes, let me take height as 350. Yes, we got it. So as it is part of an image, yes. Now we will get BG minus blue also. BG minus light minus blue. So it is just hidden behind the image. Yes, it is done. So we have done with this part. Now let us write the same thing. So for example, I want to call the same part. I want to call this same part. Let me write 450 now, so it will be better. Yes, we got it. No 450. Let us write 400 now. Yes. So we got in this way. So this is how we have defined with the basic part. So it has been excelled, like it has been much. Let me edit the CSS later. Let us look into the logical part. In this index.js, if I'm trying to use this hero, multiple times, Control V, I'm trying to call the same component multiple times. See, we got some error. Adjacent elements must be wrapped. That is in index.js. So let me place this thing in div. So it is done. We got all the four, but it should be able to display everything in the same line. So we have a property called display inline block. So I'm trying to write display inline block. In Tachyons we have div, and I'm trying to use padding 2. So let us see. So we got this thing like this. So let me reduce the width of it. Let us reduce the width of it. It is 250, and let us write 200 now. Yes, it is done. So now I just want to make sure everything gets in a same line. So for this I'm just trying to reduce this margin across these images. Yes, we got it. So we were trying to do the same thing like what we have done for this. We got everything in a same line. See here, we are trying to call this component multiple times. As we have discussed in the YouTube page, we can call the component anywhere, anytime, so that it can be reused. So here we are trying to use the same image now. Now for example, I am trying to pass some properties. Here. Here it is an hero image, right? So in this I am trying to pass some ID equals to 1, name equal to army. I am trying to write name equals to army. First I need a pic, so I will be just writing pic equals to the path of the image, that is pic / army.png. and later on for this name I am trying to write property, like one more props, like property for this, like protects nation. I am trying to write protects nation here. So let me write the same thing. Now. Can you see? We got one, but I want it for 4, that is multiple images. So I'm trying to copy the same part. I have already placed the images in the pic folder, that is in the source. In the pic folder I have placed all the images, and I am trying to use the same images now. So let me write one more time. Next one I am trying to write a farmer, doctor, police, last one sanitation workers. So here it is, name is farmer. Next one we are trying to write doctor. Next one police. Next one sanitation workers. So protects the nation, feeds the nation, next god saves life. Let me resize that. Yes. Now public heroes. Next one, daily life saviors. So I just want to dedicate this code for this current scenario I'm trying to use. So I'm trying to take different ID names here, 2 followed by 3, 4 and 5. Let me take 5 different images. So see here, we were not getting this. Instead of using this, if I want to use this properties, then in the hero.js we should always use the props. In hero.js we should always use the props. So for this I am trying to write instant in place of source. In place of source I am trying to write this dot. For the class component we use props, this dot props dot, this dot props dot. What is the property we have used here? Pick. Let me write pick. Next one, here we will be writing the name, this dot props dot name. Next one, this dot props dot. So we are just trying to pass this values from the parent to child component. Works. Let us check. Yes, we got it. Now let us increase the width of this files. So we got everything in a same format. Let me write some small h1 tag, like let me take h4. We can also increase the width of it. Yes, we got it. Now if you can see here, let me take a margin as 4. Let us see how it goes. Yes, we got it, everything in this way. So we have written some height and width for this images, and we are trying to use this properties. So let me write 250 here, as we have done in the previous part. See, the color has been not visualizing. That is a mistake we have done in the previous part. Yes, now we got. So we got everything in a different lines. So I am not concentrating on the CSS part now. Let us look into the logical part. Now if you can see here, we are trying to use all these properties and we got the output. We got the similar one. Now if I want to display everything in a center, we can use a class name called TC. I'm trying to use a class name called TC. TC indicates text center. TC indicates text center. For everything we got to the center of the page. Now as we have defined this thing in a separate hero.js, I just want to define this thing in a separate file. I want to place everything in a separate file and I want to call it. So let me take out a new file and name this file as heroes list. I just want to list out all these items. I just want to write down all these items. Let me take out a new file and write down heroes.list. Let me take out a new file and I'm trying to write heroes list. Heroes list.js. In this I'm trying to write hero list and trying to write hero list. So it is done. In this part I want to make sure I'll be using something called some text followed by image. That is, we'll be writing some text as well as a button. For this I am trying to replace everything with the part, that is the concept which we have written in the index.js. I just want to remove this part and I want to write here as written. Just replace this part and I want to include this heroes list here. See, let us see, there is no change in the output. Can you see some change? No change. So let me erase this part. And I'm trying to write a render here, as we have done. In this render I'm trying to pass the same component, the same old component. Can you see there is no output? But for this hero.js we should always import this thing. I'm trying to import it. hero list from hero list. Now let's see, we got it, but there is no change in this snippet. There is no change in this snippet. Let me write hero list. For this I am trying to write, let me keep the same part, same property. I'm just trying to write here hero list. Now we can see hero is there, hero is there. Now I haven't used any properties here, so we are not getting any visualization part in this. So for this, what I'm trying to take is that I'm trying to write hero list here, that is hero list followed by hero list, and I'm trying to pass. So instead of hard coding this, we can also use a map concept where it will try to reduce this thing. So I'm trying to import it here and I'm trying to use this. Now if you can see, we got the 4 values and the 4 images. Now let's go close this. Yes, we got it in this way. So we should able to display everything in the same line. We will be writing display inline block as we have done. So it is trying to override these properties. As we have seen, we have taken the properties multiple times. It is just trying to override, nothing more. Now let's see, we got everything in the same line. Now if I want to display some message, like here in this part we have some button here, when I'm trying to click on this button, it should be able to change. In props we cannot use states, like it cannot be mutable, like we cannot change it. So for this I'm trying to take a button and a text. In this I'm trying to write h1 hello world, and in this div I'm trying to take a button here. I'm trying to place a button here. So button, click here. So can you see we got some similar message like this thing. Now if I want to place this thing, I should able to write some computations, like I should able to use events as states. So if we don't use events and states, we cannot be working on it. For example, generally in React, if I want to write events, we generally write these events in a camel case. That is, the first letter will be a small and followed by caps, and we will use curly braces, which includes an event. Normally in JavaScript we just write parentheses, but in this React we no need to place the parentheses part here. If I write parentheses, it will be called automatically. So here I am trying to write a button followed by the event handler. If we can see, I am trying to take a button here followed by an event handler. So let us write on click equals to, I am trying to use an arrow function, this dot change status. I am trying to write change status here, change status. I am trying to use this dot change status. So for this change status, we should always use some define method, like we should always define it. So I will be trying to define a method here. Above render, I am trying to define a method here, change status. But what should be changed? Like it should have some value prior, it should have some value. So what I am trying to do is that in this I am trying to take a constructor which creates this, and I am trying to use a super keyword, and we are trying to define a state here. State is a reserved word. In this state I am trying to take a property. This is how we have taken in this. So generally we have seen an example for lockdown. Like if I want to use a state, we write the constructor method in the state object. So we create a state using a state keyword, and we will initialize the property and a value to it. So here we have initialized a property, and we have defined the using a state keyword, and we have defined this state in the constructor. So if I want to use the state object, we use this dot state dot property name. In props we will use this dot props dot name. In the same way we will be using here this dot, let me write this dot state dot, what I have written, name. Yes, let me write. See, we got a question mark here. We got a question mark. This dot state dot name. Yes, we are trying to refer this state, but initially it is this thing, but when I'm trying to click on this button, it should able to change it. So I have taken here change status. In this change status, I will be defining the set state. Whenever you are trying to define a set state, when the component completes, it will try to render it again. This dot set state. In this set state, we were trying to define like heroes of the front line, sorry for this, heroes for the front line, stories of courageous, I just want to dedicate this, courageous workers risking their own lives to save ours. I just want to use this line here, so I'm just trying to use, yes, now we have done, we got this thing. So as I have written in a separate line, we got some issue there. Now we have defined a state. Now in this button, when I'm trying to click on this button, it should able to change it. So let us check. Yes, we got it. Now let us use some CSS, basic CSS. The same part we can write using map also, which will be discussed in the further sessions. So in this we have used a component, class component. We have used a CSS part, how to include. We have learned about JSX elements, and we have used multiple components. We were trying to use as a attributes, that is a properties for this, and we are trying to retrieve it, and we were trying to use a state, and we are trying to use an event here. So whenever I'm trying to click on it, it should able to perform this thing. Now let us make it much clearer. I want to display something in the center of this page, so I can write text center. So did I get, let me check, yes, we got to this text center. Now for example, for this button I want to use some properties of this tachyons. The class name equals to, I'm trying to write class name equal, I just want to use flex minus center, justify center, and I want to place this thing to the center of the part, as well as I want to use width of it some 75, or let me take some 100 here. Let me check what will be the output of this thing. First let us check. Yes, we got it. See, we got in the similar way. Now we got, when I'm trying to click on this, I'm getting this. For example, if I want to get some, like something should able to visualize when I'm trying to place my mouse over it, we can use some tachyons property called grow or show. Like we have some here as grow. See, when I'm trying to click on it, I'm trying to get it. So can you visualize? Yes. Now if I want to write some shadows also, we can write shadow 4. Yes, we got some shadow behind it. So this is how we have done with this thing. Now if I want to, I'm just trying to click on it. Can I use some Google fonts for this? Yes, we can also use some Google fonts. Let me take some Google fonts for the Google fonts. I'm trying to use this thing. Let me take this part, embed. You can import. I'm just trying to copy this, and I'm trying to use in the CSS part, and I should able to mention this font family here. We can also use Ctrl C. Yes, we got it. Now can you see? Yes, let me run this snippet again. Yes, courageous workers. Now you can see that styles has been applied to the complete part, the complete web page. So we have seen how to apply these properties for everything. So let me take some div here, or else let me take some div, sorry, for this complete div. If I want to apply these properties also, we can apply. Yes, we got it. I just want to use these properties like heroes of the front line, stories of the courageous workers rising their own lives to save others. So this is how we have done with the basic concept of React application using installation, elements, class component. We have used class component generally here. Function component we can also use. Next we have used state. We have used like state to set it. We have used a state to set it, and we have used this dot set state to change once the button has been clicked, and we have used an arrow function followed by this dot change status. We generally use this keyword to call this function here, that is method here, and we got it. So this is how we have done with the basic application of React. So let us look into the presentation part, like what we have discussed so far, and we can wind up this session. Let me look into the presentation parts. So we have started React in 60 minutes. I would just want to cover within the 60 minutes installation part, basic elements, styles, components, props, states and events we have discussed so far. I just want to implement. We have done a counter example as an assignment also. You can find the link in the below this tutorial, and now we are trying to do a basic app. We have installed a Node.js, we have created a folder, and we have visualized the output in the browser. This is the hello world default output. In this we have edited a file in app.js where I have written my name, that is the tutorial's name, and we have edited it. Next I was using JSX element, that is I have used hello Johnny. In this it is welcome to Johnny tutorial, and it is trying to render in index.html id. React DOM.render will try to visualize this thing in the browser. Next we have learned about how to apply CSS. In my file I have used trial where I got some error of mistake. In this I am trying to use test class. Next I have used a class component. Here I have been trying to render hello Johnny. In our example also we have used the same. Demo is the class component name here. It is extending the React component. We have imported the library, and remember we should always use export statement, as well as we need to import in the parent component where we want to display it. Next one, we have used multiple lines, but whenever you are trying to use a multiple tags in a return statement, we should always enclose in a div tag, so that we will not get an error as JSX elements should be wrapped. We should always use the div tag. Next we have learned about props. As we have discussed, props are similar like for an images or an anchor tag. So here props is used. We have used a name as Johnny, and we are trying to render this thing. Next we have done with a basic example of a function component. See, if you have any queries in this, you can just look into the previous sessions of the tutorials. It will have a complete overview with a practical and theory notes. Next one, we have displaced an image, a small image, and we have used a class name mini. I have used some m.css. Again we got an error here. We should always remember the class name and the import file name also. Next we have done installing the tachyons, which is a framework of CSS. We can use Material, Bootstrap, any of the frameworks which you are aware of. We got some output like this, but we didn't get an output because I have used very less height of the image, so we didn't get the background color initially. Next, we were trying to display in a different lines, in the sense in a different lines in a new line. So in order to overcome this, I have used some property called MDB, that is display inline block, and MA4 margin, padding, and background color. We got everything in a same line. As I have not concentrated on the CSS, we are just focusing on the React part now. Next, we were trying to call the properties. I just replaced the complete code in heroes list.css. Again, we have faced an issue here, like we were using the class name again and again, so it has been overlapped one on the other. I have used a props here in order to call the image, name, and work. And again, I'm trying to visualize this thing, that heroes.list. For different, we can minimize this code using map also. We will try to look into the further sessions. Next, we have used a Google Fonts for both the div element as well as the h1 tag for the respective images. Next, we got an output, like when I trying to click on this button, like we have placed an image and we are trying to place an button there, and we were trying to use onClick, which should be written in camel case, followed by event handler and the method name, that is this dot, the method name. Next one, we are trying to create a state using a constructor, and we are using a super. Initially we have defined with a question mark, and later on upon the button click, it will try to change the state of it, and it will set state will try to render it again. In order to call the state, we will be using this dot state dot name, similar like properties. And we were trying to use an events. In JavaScript we write with a parenthesis, but in React we won't use the parenthesis here. Next one, we got the similar output like this. When I'm trying to click on the button, we got this thing: heroes of the frontline stories of the courageous workers risking their own life to save ours. So this is how we have done with a basic React app. In our further sessions, we will try to cover more assignments on this React.js. If you have any queries, you can just drop us a mail anytime or comment below this video. Thank you.